Hi, everyone. Firstly, welcome to the webinar, and thank you all very much for joining today. Thanks for taking some of your time today and joining us. My name is Liam Doyle. I'm a product specialist here at StaffConnect, and at StaffConnect we have developed a mobile employee engagement platform that truly transforms the employee experience by enabling large enterprises to connect, communicate, and engage with their employees. I joined the company September last year, and part of my role is to host these webinars, with people like yourselves to discuss how mobile technology can enhance employee engagement and communications. I've had a strong interest in technology for many years now, and more recently, how in particular it can improve the employee experience within the workplace. And at StaffConnect, our vision of an improved employee engagement is not only a mobile solution, but fundamentally one that simplifies communications. I'm sure many of you have given thought to implementing such a solution, but perhaps were concerned how difficult it might be to implement and use. Therefore, we've designed an easy, user-friendly experience for your employees as well as the administrators who would be operating the system. We also make sure that each app is highly tuned to the corporate brand using their colors, images, and logos. So this is particularly important, we feel, for non-desk workers, remote workers, on-site workers, a group that account for 80%, a massive 80% of the global workforce. With limited access to company communications, disengagement is particularly high in these areas. Therefore, we feel that any solution must be easily accessed to all employees, which is why we have designed an app that employees can download straight onto their own phone, their own devices. Furthermore, for non-desk workers, this is likely to be the only real visibility they have to the company's branding, emphasizing the solution's importance. So as the title of the webinar suggests, we have identified 5 key features of a mobile solution that we feel are vital to simplifying communications and increasing engagement. So you'll know the format of today will be an overview and demonstration of these features, which will then leave us with a bit of time at the end where I'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. So to explain what you're seeing here, if I just get it up, wrong way. This is the front screen of StaffConnect. So just mirroring my iPhone onto my computer. So this is all what you're about to see is live on my phone. Worcester Bosch is one of our manufacturing clients here at StaffConnect. This is a demo account that we made for them. So everything you see here is all public-facing content. So our first of the 5 killer features is the communities module. That along with company news takes up most of the real estate on this front screen. So communities. This is a news feed that is centered around the employee. Communities module enables every single member of staff within an organization to post about their own experiences, share updates, videos, and images. By giving your employees the ability, an area to share updates, you give them their own voice within the company. No longer is your communication channel purely top-down, but a more collaborative approach. A mobile solution should focus on simplifying communications for your workforce, and the communities module gives them a specific area which is driven. It is driven by the employee. So other than posting in the feed, all employees will, they can engage with their colleagues further by either, liking or commenting. Let's find the one I haven't liked in that or I've liked a few. So these simple additions, liking and commenting, make it easier for the employees to gauge, not just with the company, but also other colleagues, creating much more of a community feel. So as I mentioned before, non-desk workers, often they don't see their colleagues if they're working, out about off-site. So this area for the employees, they can engage with each other, creating, as I say, much more of a community feel. So a further aspect to the communities module that we feel is key for employee engagement is the ability to filter news. creating much more of a personalized experience. So each employee will only see the communities, as you can see here, that they have access to, which is based on location and department when setting the software up. The advantage of this is that the employees will only see news that is relevant to them and their role, simplifying the communications experience for the user. Often I found many times in the past when you're looking at a news feed, scrolling through, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or your mobile enterprise app, you can get bored very easily just scrolling through endless content that isn't relevant. By filtering this, however, you keep your employees engaged as everything they see is relevant to them. So this idea is actually strengthened in our company news module, which I'll quickly show you. So administrators can target updates and know that they can post news in the communities most relevant. It won't get lost in an endless news feed, ensuring that the news most relevant to specific employees reaches them. So the next two features that I'm going to take you through can be found in the top right corner of the StaffConnect main screen. So here we see the company directory. So this is a list of all the personnel in the entire organization, with each individual having their own profile. So by having a directory, employees will easily be able to find and contact anyone within the organization, which is, as I say, especially useful for, again, those non-desk workers who normally wouldn't have access to this information. As I mentioned, these non-desk workers, this is where disengagement is most likely to happen. So a simple tool to find and contact anyone in the company is extremely beneficial. And especially, when you can access on your own device. You don't need to go on a computer or anything else. It's on the app on your phone. It's easy and accessible to every single employee. So users will also have the ability to edit their profiles. If I just go into mine, I can show you. So they can add a picture and information about themselves. And by giving your employees this ability to change and adapt their own profile, you are giving them the opportunity to be unique within the organization. No longer is it, Tom from IT, but Tom, who works in IT, specializes in cybersecurity and has an interest in tennis. These simple additions allow employees to stand out and have their own individuality within the company. So as the directory is searchable, which you can see at the top here, it's easier for employees to find the correct contact. If an employee is working on a project and looking for some help, they'll be able to search for someone who specializes in that field, details that employees can add to their own profiles. This means that it will be easier for employees to find help and expertise for projects and thus increase work productivity. One of our clients, a manufacturing company called Nicepack, they grew very quickly as an organization, which is like so many other companies at the moment. This, however, led to uncertainty as to kind of who did what. The search feature will therefore, it simplifies the process of finding employees in specific areas. So the directory module can either be updated via, a weekly, monthly, or quarterly CSV file, or can be integrated with your company's Active Directory, meaning that the system is always updated as to who's joined or left your organization. Again, simplifying communications for administrators, it means that employees who have left will no longer be able to get access to company documents, internal news, sensitive information, which of course will be of great and significant importance to your company's security. So enterprise chat is another killer feature for any employee engagement solution. The feature allows employees to instant message their colleagues from within the solution. The importance of this is that unauthorized apps like WhatsApp, they no longer need to be used. Your employees, let's face it, they're already using these apps, and for good reason. They need an easy way to contact other colleagues. However, if your mobile solution has a built-in chat feature, you can drive your employees away from these apps onto your own. One of our latest clients was Bosch, obviously, whose demo this is. They had quite an issue of using WhatsApp within the workplace. Therefore, chat is one of their most popular modules because suddenly communications is accessible to the entirety of the business. And you can just start an instant message with any colleague. You don't need their number or any of that data. It's all there for you in a secure location. So as it is built in, it means your employees only need to download one app, not several, which again helps with adoption rates. And as I mentioned, in regard to security, it allows the company to keep communications within the firewall, strengthening their position. This means that employee communications are simplified, and it is also more simple for administrators to control the system. So this feature also allows employees to not just have one-to-one chat, but group chat. So for instance, I just go into our marketing group chat here, you can see. This is a particularly useful tool when employees are working on projects together, looking to communicate with each other, rather than a long email chain that they're difficult to go through, trying to keep all communications in one area. But within the group chat, they're in one succinct message, again, simplifying communications for all employees. So far, if I just go back to the main screen, I've shown how these features are, key to simplifying employee communications. And we feel very strongly that this is the key aspect of any mobile employee engagement solution, the simplification of the user experience. For a solution that is most effective is one that requires zero training for the user. The truth is that if a communications channel is too complex or difficult to use, it won't be used, and employee engagement will drop. Therefore, features that simplify their experience are key to employee engagement. So the fourth of our killer features can be found in our carousel at the bottom here, and the fourth is survey. So this module allows an organization to get instant feedback from their employees, whether it be gauging the temperature of a company announcement or feedback from an employee training course. The module allows the employee to easily give their response to events and updates within the company. So the array of questions that can be asked in such a module, as I'll show you, you have single choice, if I better select one. Then you have multiple choice, and then you also have free text. Having this array of questions ensures that your employees will be able to give proper and detailed feedback for the company to work on. By giving your employees the means to give this type of feedback, they'll feel like they're being listened to within the company and therefore more appreciate, once again, increasing engagement. So once completed, answers from the survey would be sent to the management console and would then be available to download in a CSV file. This means that it is easy for those with admin access to pull data from the system and highlight areas in which the company may need to improve. This data then would be excellent evidence to use for building a business case. So the final killer feature that I'll show you is the push notification function. So this allows admins to send out information to all employees quickly and effectively. A mobile solution should be there to simplify communications for the employees, and the ability to send push notifications means that employees, when outside of the app or within the app, like I'll show you now, send this, they will be alerted to important or urgent news within the organization. Whether it be informing your employees about a new survey or quiz, or alerting them to a fire drill at 10 a.m. according to this, push notifications takes the employee experience to a new level with mobile communications. So a further benefit of the push notification feature is the ability to target pushes. So most enterprise organizations have multiple locations and several departments. Therefore, news that is relevant to one group of people may not be relevant to another. Therefore, you can target push notifications by location and department to be sure that it is sent to those who it is most relevant for. Warning the entire company that there's a fire drill at 10 o'clock when it's only applicable for your warehouse workers in Manchester, it's pointless. Furthermore, your employers will become disengaged as the communications aren't relevant to them. However, by targeting your pushes, as well as having the ability to set push notifications by time zone, your employees will have instant communications with the company and increase engagement. So a further aspect of this, which I'll just finally mention, is a content notification, which we have actually included as part of our last release with StaffConnect. So when an admin is adding an important news story in company news, when they're adding that post, there is a single checkbox that they can click onto, and upon posting the story into company news, a push notification will automatically be sent to all employees within that community, again, making sure it is relevant to those that it is being sent to. So it alerts everyone that there's new content and they should go see it. This, therefore, simplifies the admin experience, as a notification will be sent automatically as opposed to the admin having to create a separate notification. So although only a selection of features that we feel a mobile employee engagement solution should contain, these 5 that I have highlighted are key to simplifying the employee and administrator experience, increasing employee engagement. By having them all in one app, one secure app, simplifies the process even further. So that brings the overview and demonstration to an end. I do hope you found it helpful. And what I'll do is open it up quickly to some questions before we leave. So feel free to ask any questions. So we have a question here about the implementation. I guess that's where you're going with it. So if I be a bit more specific about StaffConnect, I think here. So at StaffConnect, we have our customer success program. So we've hired some internal comms professionals, and they have designed a specific program for the launch and then implementation and ongoing success of StaffConnect within our clients. So it's a program that they've specifically designed, and one that is through many years of, practice and knowledge of this area. So basically, it's software as a service. So it's not as if we're going to give you the app and best of luck with it. We're very much trying to work with you to make sure you get the most out of StaffConnect. So you just have another question here about the how do you know if, I think what you're trying to say is, how do you know if the software is working? How do you know, if your employees are using it? So with StaffConnect, if I kind of bring it back there again, we have analytics. So within the management console, if you want to see more about StaffConnect, do get in touch afterwards and I can show you the management console. But the management console has a large area for both content and user analytics to see which areas of the app are being used the most, what type of content is being used the most and engage with, so you can shape it around what or how your employees are using the app. Any more questions? Great. Well, if there are no more questions, I guess we'll bring the webinar to a close. I do hope you found our brief session this afternoon interesting. And if you would like to find out more, what I'll do is I'll just get my contact details on screen. If you would like to find out more either about employee engagement or StaffConnect, do drop me a line, give me a call whenever you want, and we can arrange a time to chat. Otherwise, I do hope you enjoyed the webinar today, and I do hope you have a very good weekend. Thanks very much for joining us. Bye.